In this explanatory video, I will show you how to build a pendulum track with the Central Station 3 yourself. All you need are 2 contact tracks and a feedback decoder, and I have also linked everything for you again in the description below. I'm glad about your subscription and comments if it worked. First, you have to build a contact track yourself. I'll show you how, and you need a feedback decoder. In this case, I'll use an S88 link that I can connect to the Central Station 3. This will be our pendulum track, where the robot will move back and forth. To start, we require a side cutter to cut a contact rail as our first step in the process. Here we have to separate the power. On the right side, we have to cut open this metal with a side cutter so that no more electricity can flow here. So now press it down a bit with the screwdriver so that there is no short circuit here, and then your contact track is at least already prepared. We need these conductor insulators. They go to the front and back of the contact rail to block electricity flow here. Let's swiftly swap the rail. The contact rail is now here, on the right side at the right spike, and also at the right spike of the track ahead. A middle conductor insulator is added. Now we need a bit of cable because now our contact track is connected to the decoder with a flat plug sleeve. To do this, we briefly separate the cable here, strip it, and attach a flat plug sleeve, which we now connect to the neutral with the contact rail, so on the right side. Now this flat plug sleeve comes in, providing our track with the capability to report when a train is present on this rail. Here the cable goes in, and the other side we now connect it to the feedback decoder, so this will be the contact track, and now the decoder comes into play. Now we connect this blue cable to it. Additionally, in this location, briefly separate at the first contact and simply screw onto the one. This is relatively easy with this decoder, so you don't have to build any plugs. Simply unscrew it briefly, plug in the cable, screw it back on top, and then you're already taken care of here. So now we can connect the decoder to the Central Station 3. We simply connect the cable from the decoder directly to the Central Station 3 at the back, briefly connect the Central Station to the track and power it up. And now we still need a power supply for the S88 decoder. It needs extra power. And now we can already add a new article. In this instance, an S88 contact will be used. This will serve as the contact track. Additionally, for the tax contacts, you are now able to directly choose this S88 decoder link. I have 2, so now 2 appear for me, and now I'll take the one. This is the one I just connected. And this decoder is built in such a way that you can connect multiple decoders behind it. That's why there is this bus switch, bus 1, bus 2, and you can also connect something directly to the decoder. And that's what we just did. We connected this cable directly to the decoder. That's why we choose directly from the bus. And the contact number is 1 because we took the first plug. So now we can try it out. Now we simply take a car and put it on the track. And every time the wheels now pass over this track, our contact 1 lights up yellow, and the control center recognizes that there is a train on it. So that worked. Now we can build the second contact track. Also cut the track, attach the cable with the flat plug sleeve, attach the center conductor insulator to the top of the track and to the outer prongs of the previous track at the bottom. This is presently our contact track, currently reconnected, and now we are able to also connect the second cable to the feedback decoder, in this specific case to the contact 2. Here you can see it quite well. This time it's a bit easier because K2 has already been suggested, also with the decoder we previously selected. The Central Station is clever as it always continues counting immediately. So contact number 2 will be our second contact rail, and you can see that when I roll the wagon from left to right, either K1 or K2 lights up and our pendulum track is almost finished. Yes, then it's time for the Rell. We can place it on track until auto-detected with MFX decoder. Drive him for a short period of time, that works, and now we are able to create a new event. To do this, click on Events at the top of the Central Station, and then on this plus sign to add. And now we can basically create a new track, and instead of manual operation, you simply drag your finger K1 onto this symbol, and then this track will automatically respond when crossing contact 1. I'm going to briefly touch the ruble, and now I'm going to the recording function and record the braking process. So I reduce the speed and then change the direction, and I record the whole thing so that it is now saved and then automatically played back when the Rell drives over contact track 1. Now I'm doing it a second time for the other contact rail. Same game, I move K2 to this manual operation and start the Robel again briefly, and go back to the recording function and now record how I reduce the speed to 0 and change direction again. I save the whole thing. Now I can change the name again briefly so that I can find my way around later in my headquarters, what I have saved where and how. And now we're done. Now our Robel can automatically pendulum from left to right. He turns right, and as soon as he crosses the contact track, he brakes, as I have recorded. Changes direction and drives back after a few seconds, and once it reaches contact track 2, it brakes again, as I have recorded it, and changes direction again. Yes, the whole thing can also be made a bit more complicated. You can also record all other functions of the loco with this recording function, like operating noises, the train driver's radio message, conversations of construction workers, in this case with the Robel, or even the moving crane. And that appears quite pleasant in auto mode. Another thing you can do is you can integrate various brakes. So you can also say there should be a brake when the Robel drives over contact track 2 or 1, and then you can also stop the Robel there for 1 or 2 minutes, and then it is a continuous, beautiful automatic operation.